right, welcome in everybody. Mans and Flowers Show, episode 1.0. I'm Jeff Mans, alongside the Oracle himself, Ray Flowers. Ray, how you doing on another Friday afternoon?
Pretty good, Jeff. Looking forward to talking some NFL with you. Beautiful day, sun outside. Life's pretty good.
Talking NFL is what we're going to start out with today, and specifically the state of the NFL. I wrote an article over at fantasyalarm.com over during the week, in which it's an open letter to Commissioner Goodell, to the players of the NFL, and to the fans. And it's become a mockery with Jonathan Dwyer now arrested for another domestic battery case. You have the ongoing drug issues with Josh Gordon and Wes Welker and all of those guys. And, of course, the Adrian Peterson child abuse case. The state of the NFL right now is in flux, at least. Commissioner Goodell talking this afternoon, basically doing nothing but pandering to the fans and the people and to the media and to the sponsors of the NFL. Ray, the question I ask you, has the NFL gotten too big? Has it bought too much airspace? Are they too in the pockets of these major corporations to actually run a functional league?
Absolutely. And I think, though, this goes beyond the NFL, Jeff. This goes back to when these guys are 4 years old, 5 years old, kids growing up. They've always had a silver spoon in their mouth. It didn't matter if they went to school. It didn't matter if they got good grades. It didn't matter if they got in trouble. Everyone looked the other way if they could run really fast, jump really high, or block really well. And so this is almost a societal thing. I think it's beyond the NFL, but if we're going to bring it back to the NFL, they're absolutely culpable here. The NFL is a disaster. It's a complete disaster right now. If it wasn't for the product being so good, the on-the-field product, they'd be in major trouble. I mean, if this was hockey or something like that, there was more of a
people
less
love the game of football. I mean, they love the game of football. They love. Yep. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Go to Texas. Take a car ride through Texas on a Friday night. You'll see people love the game of football. It's not just the NFL. But I think you're 100% right in the fact that these guys are treated like royalty from the time they're in Pop Warner football all the way through high school quarterback, college quarterback. They don't have. You're right. They don't have to educate. They don't have to let their brains and their social interactions, they don't have to let those manifest. They don't have to develop a personality because they can do whatever they want. That's why Adrian Peterson is shocked here. He's shocked, absolutely appalled that, hey, what do you mean I can't hit my kid? Of course, I can do whatever I want. I'm Adrian effing Peterson here. Doesn't anybody understand that? And the fact is, major corporation, the television networks, and the fans, we don't get it, Adrian Peterson. We don't understand it. And that's just part of what it's become, and what these guys being fed through silver spoons their entire lives, because they can run fast and jump high. My question here, Ray, is this. With Adrian Peterson, with Josh Gordon, with all these guys, do we need them? Do we need Adrian Peterson? Does the NFL need Adrian Peterson? Do they need Josh Gordon? Do they need Westbrook? Do they need their superstars to function? Or can we do without them altogether?
We don't need them. And I heard you say that. I think it might have been to me, it might have been on the air for Fantasy Alarm on Sirius XM, but you basically said at some point, there's always a new superstar. Every year another guy emerges, another player emerges. So no, we don't need these guys, quite honestly.
Right.
And I've had this discussion with family and friends, and if I own the Vikings, if I own the Cardinals, if I own the Ravens, the Browns, these guys are gone. You hit a woman, you hit a kid, you're gone. There's no, to me, there are certain things in this world that just aren't acceptable. And in the case of Peterson, Peterson's son, as we all know, is tragically killed in a violent situation. His ex's boyfriend at the time, whatever. He has that in his background, and he's still hitting his kids. There's a major disconnect with reality here for these guys. Peterson in particular. If I own one of these teams, they're gone. I'm not paying these guys. If I have to pay them to go away, I'd pay them to go away. If I'm the NFL, they're gone. The NFL is getting hammered right now. There is no area in society right now that the NFL is getting positive responses from, other than the people that go out and get drunk and drink a keg on Sundays, Jeff.
Whoa. You're speaking to my heart here, Ray.
But tell me I'm wrong.
I love the guys going out and getting drunk. No, you're right. I understand what you're saying. And here's a message directly to you players. To all you guys who think you're above it and beyond it. You're not. You're not beyond it. There's another guy, Josh Gordon. Go smoke the doobage. Do whatever you want. But guess what? There's going to be another guy tomorrow. The Cleveland Browns are still going to accumulate yards. They're still going to score touchdowns. You don't matter. Adrian Peterson, you don't matter. Jerick McKinnon, Matt Asiata, they're the next ones up. There's a guy in college that was ready to take your place right now. That you do not matter. You have a small window for your life, for your families, for everything in your existence to earn a living and to make something of your life. If you choose to throw that away by hitting a child or a woman or just in general taking your aggressive nature on the field and moving it off the field, you're done. And somebody else is ready to take your place.
Preach on, Jeff.
Yeah, baby. So what we're talking about here is, what about when it comes down to fantasy football? We'll try to spin this in that direction right now. When it comes to fantasy football, do we need to pay more attention to a player's character because of these issues? Do we need to pay more attention? Do we need to rank guys higher who have better character? The Larry Fitzgeralds of the world, the LaShawn McCoys, the guys who do a lot of charity work and are least amount of chances that they're going to hit somebody or take their, beat up a friend or a coworker or their landlord or whoever the hell they come in contact with. Do we need to take personality more into account when we're drafting fantasy teams?
Yeah, maybe we need to worry about schemes, we need to worry about roles, and we need to worry about a player's character. If you're playing fantasy hockey, this is not an issue. If you're playing fantasy baseball, it's not an issue. If you're playing fantasy basketball, we start getting into it, and obviously in football we've got it too. But in fantasy football, yeah, I think you have to consider these kind of things because the season is such that it's not like baseball where you can necessarily go to the waiver wire and just pick some other player up that's playing every day or a pitcher that's starting every 5 games. In football, if you lose one of your guys and now you're going to the waiver wire picking up some player that's playing 32 snaps and seeing 3 targets, you have a huge hole, as an example, if you went for Josh Gordon this year. So I don't know how you quantify it, Jeff. I think your idea is a sound one, and I would, if a guy's been arrested 3 or 4 times, perfect case, Josh Gordon. You and I talked about this. Every time someone asks me in the offseason about Josh Gordon, it's like, why are you bothering? You cannot trust that guy to stay out of trouble. Guys like that don't end up on my team.
Why is he getting his sentence reduced? Why is Wes Welker playing? Why did we reduce the worst thing the NFL could do? That's the way the NFL talks out of both sides of their mouths. Oh, okay, we're going to do more for domestic abuse and we're going to really focus on these issues. Oh, all of you who were in trouble previously, come on back, baby. The field's nice and warm. The water's warm for you. It's all fine. They're sending the wrong message 100% in the NFL. It's getting really, really tiresome. Anyway, Jeff Mans, Ray Flowers, the Mans and Flowers Show, Episode 1, talking about the state of the NFL. Stay tuned to Fantasy Alarm TV. We're going to have more on this topic, and we're going to get into our next conversation about Twitter trolls right after this.